Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys from California. Before I begin, give all praise to the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. I pray the Most High blesses this lesson this evening, gives us more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past, in order to understand the events that are currently happening on the earth, so we get a much better understanding of the things that are soon to come on the earth. As you see every single day, you can see more and more how this place is a wrap. And through the actions of the Gentiles, you can see that their understanding on many different levels is just being exposed every day by the Most High. And we're going to talk about a verse that used to always scare me. When I first heard it, it freaked me out. And I'm sure it freaked out many of you as well. But see, many of these verses have dual meanings. They have a meaning for the Gentiles and they have a meaning for the Most High's people. And this verse here that's, always been like one that's, when you first hear it, when you really do not have understanding, it can freak you out. And it'll be Matthew 7:21 through 23. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Now you see, we have, like I said, well, first I said that these verses have dual meanings. Just like, see, the Gentiles act like everything in the Bible is only going to be executed, especially like these prophecies, after they get raptured up out of here. All of these prophecies here, are going to be executed at the end. But see, we have been living through this hell for a very long time. See, white Jesus never knew us. White Jesus never knew the Israelites. White Jesus doesn't know people of color. White Jesus is here for so-called white people. Now, you can see that because they're always talking about how Caesarea has came and he died so that, they don't have to pay for their sins. Everything for them is about not having to pay for sins, not having to pay for their sins, not having to pay for the sins of their father. And that's what their church is pretty much founded upon. And and Caesarea, he has dual. They use him, in a dual way as well. Caesarea, or white Jesus, gives them authority to go out and do all these horrible and heinous things on one hand, but on the other hand, he also uh, absolves them of any responsibility. So, as we have been, wrongly treated, as we've been raped, robbed, murdered, and that was only a part of what's been happening. Also, the stealing of our history, the stealing of our lands, the hiding of our scriptures, the hiding of who the scriptures were given to, hiding who are the people that are that are adequately prepared, given the Holy Spirit to be able to understand these scriptures. See, all that information the Gentiles have been able to hide because they've had their opportunity to have their God, who did not know us, but it's pretty much blessed them this whole time. Now, as we're coming to the end of their blessing, many people are starting to realize that that God that they've been worshiping has no power. They're eventually going to all realize that the God that they've been worshiping has no power. But many are starting to realize that, and many are walking away from these churches. Many are walking away from all of these religions because all these religions have been set up, to pretty much give them authority to get away with do anything they want. And then if they, surprisingly maybe have like a conscience and feel bad about it, then they can go to that same God and he's going to tell them, well, you don't have to worry about it because you're not going to have to pay for anything. So when you read something like Matthew 7 and 21 to 23, see, the Gentiles have already gotten their blessing. They already had opportunity to set up their God that, did not know us, did not know the so-called black man, did not know the so-called brown man. That's why they've been able to go around the whole world and get away with doing nothing but horrible and heinous things. Stealing, raping, robbing, and murdering. And then here at the end, still trying to set up how things are going to go down here at the end. See, now that they're coming to the end of their blessing, now they're all hoping and praying that they're going to get raptured away. But see, their power that they have been, given all their blessings to, and all their prayers to, and all their time at these churches to, has no power. And, as we were going through our punishment and cursing, you can see how, the Most High said he's going to put a foolish nation over us. And you see right now, here at the end, we can see how foolish they are. They have made money their God. You can see that by see these politicians now, they have no covering anymore. So now the Most High is like with these trains derailing, just like the one in Palestine, Ohio. It derailed. They needed to hurry up and get these these train tracks opened up so they can keep moving these these shipments, so they can keep making that money. So yeah, I'm sure there was other alternatives for them to get rid of the toxic substance, but they decided to do the easiest, and quickest, probably more than likely the most dangerous thing, with the burn offs, because it's all about money. It's always been all about money. But see, now the politicians have been, exposed. And it's nothing new because it's not like they haven't been getting paid off, all this time. But see, now they can't come out and start talking about the railroads because all they got to do is start going back and looking at how they voted, how they accepted money from the railroads. The railroads played both sides. So you can't say like, oh, well, when the Republicans are in office, things are going to get better. No, because they give money to both sides so that they can get whatever it is they want. The railroad companies can get whatever they want because it doesn't matter who's in office. The companies always win. The politicians only care about money. The politicians only care about, winning the next term, getting donations, making money. But again, that is because they were serving the God of this world. And the God of this world was not for our turn, was not for the Israelites' turn, was not for the black or brown person, not for their turn. So therefore, they've been able to go and pray to their God, and he justified everything that they did. Oh, that's okay, man. Don't worry about those safety regulations. We're gonna make sure that even if there's an accident, you don't have to pay because this is your blessing. But if it's something that happens to us and we want justice, their God is not for us. Their God does not give us justice because that God, the God of this world, the God of these people, never knew us. And it is totally out there, right in your face to see. So they've been able to live high on the hog. They've been able to enjoy life. They've been able to set up laws for themselves. But see, this is a problem. When they take in our scriptures and they try to read them and they try to explain them, that's why they can't explain, they can't use those scriptures and take a look at, his history and the things that they've done and see how, things fit, like these horrible curses, because they weren't going through any curses. They were going through all their blessings. But see, now that we've awakened, we can go back and take a look at, okay, we were under our curses. Okay, so there's a God of this world, and this God is not for our turn. He never knew us. So therefore he allowed his minions, his people, to be able to destroy us. And he made them feel good about it. He made their God of this world made them feel comfortable about it. That's why, if you looked at these pastors now, these pastors, I'm checking out Greg Laurie, and he's talking about a revival and hoping for a revival and hoping to be able to go make movies and have revivals. You start seeing these pastors and they're thinking that things are going to get better, and it's like, things have been beautiful for you guys for such a long time. When exactly is it ever going to be difficult for you? You have been living under a blessing this entire time that you've been here. When do you ever have to pay? You see, when are you gonna stand in front of the power? And he's gonna say to you, I never knew you. See, we've been standing in front of your power, and he's been saying, I never knew you. I've never been for your turn. I'm not here to give you justice. I'm not here to give you freedom. I'm not here to give you equality. He was only been here for his Gentile nations. And the Israelites and the other nations who have taken the bag and made a covenant with the other nations, you were blessed with a small blessing, not the full blessing, but you got a small blessing. But you've pretty much given up the blessing you might have been able to have had you gone through, the curses like we all did, full force. But see, that's going to be between you and the Most High. So as you can see, Matthew 7:21-23, we've been living through this for a very long time, for thousands of years, ever since the Gentiles have been, in power. They've been worshiping a God that never knew us, never knew the Most High's chosen people. But see, this is now about to switch. And now you other nations are about to hear the same thing from our power, because you are the ones who have been working iniquity. That's how you know it's you, because you have been working iniquity this whole time. At the end of verse 23 lets you know that this is talking about you. And this is what our power is about to say to you. You're not getting away with a rapture. You will be standing in front of the Most High, and he's gonna make sure you know that you are the ones that have been working that iniquity on this earth. So again, Matthew 7:21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Have you been doing the will of the Father? Have you been putting the earth and the people and the animals, have you been making them a priority? Have you been taking care, or has it been all about money? Have you been trying to take care of the blessing that the Most High has given us here on this earth? Have you been trying to take care of that? Or has it all been just about money? 22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works? So you guys are going to talk about your churches. You're going to talk about your pastors. You're going to talk about your priests. Right? That's what you guys are going to be saying. Right? But you thought you were doing the will of the Father, but you were doing the will of your father, Satan. Okay? And that's what you say. You talk about prophesying. You guys talk about your prophecies. As you guys can see now, the prophecies you've come up with are horrible. You're trying to fit events right now into prophecy. As you can see, that's not working. So you guys are prophesying And you guys, and the Bible isn't working, so you guys are trying to go to other people and other prophecies, and those aren't going to work either, because that Bible was never for you. That Bible was never your book in the first place. So that's what it says. Have we not prophesied in thy name? No, you prophesied in your power's name. And he's, and also showing you that you have that. They said that your power has no authority. Okay. So it says, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name cast out devils? Devil can't cast out these devils. You can't cast out Satan. Can't cast out Satan. And in thy name done many wonderful works. Yeah, you did many wonderful works in the name of your power, Jesus, Caesarea. Okay. In 23, and then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. You have been working iniquity. You have made the Most High's people sin. You have hidden all the right ways. You have hidden all the right paths. You have hidden books. You have hidden information. You have hidden identities. You have hidden covenants that were made between Noah and his sons about taking other people's lands. You have hidden who were the original people here in the Americas. You have hidden who was, this land was given to them as a blessing, and you have hidden that, and you're still hiding it even to today. All of that is going to come with a cost. Ye that work iniquity. You work iniquity all the way till today. You still lie about who are the Most High's chosen people. You lie about prophecy and how these people were going to lose all knowledge, understanding of who they were, and how they were going to be awakened at the end. You hide the information about how they were going to wake up in the lands of their captivities. You've hidden all that information. So ye are the ones, you guys are the ones who are working iniquity. You look at your priests and pastors and you see all the horrible things that they've done, and you excuse it. You look at the churches and you just make excuses for the churches. All the horrible things that they've done, and you just ignore it. Because you don't want to actually, face reality and face the truth. So like I said, that Matthew 7:21 right there to 23 has a dual meaning. It has a meaning for this world and how their God did not know the Israelites, and they've been treating us like that. That's how you know who we are, because their God does not acknowledge who we are, and never will, and not until the end. Because like I said, once we get removed, when you go to the apocalypse of Elijah, that's when other people realize that you have made us enemies to the Most High, because you hid all this information from us, all this knowledge, understanding you hid from us, and you made us enemies of the Most High. You made us enemies of the Most High's chosen people. You made us enemies of the truth. That's what this whole world is going to realize at the end. That they've been following the God of this world, and the God of this world, never knew the Israelites. So therefore, we were forced to go through all of these horrible curses, just like the Most High said he would. But now at the end, like I said, now you're going to stand in front of our power, and he's going to tell you the same thing. Depart from me, because I never knew you. That's what's on the board. That's what's on the docket right now, and that's what's on its way. All praise to the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Shalom.